All right, everybody, welcome CNDS Cash Cup practice stream. We are here on this beautiful Sunday evening. We're going to go ahead and run through quick qualifying and some head-to-head battle. Hang tight with us. We are bringing you swift action. Let's get the smoke show started. We're going to have Zach Adkinson in that GR86. Zach repping concept, heavy hitter, sure. Looking forward to seeing what he has to offer here tonight in that lead-off spot. Right off. All right, and Zach Adkinson off in that GR86, throws the car hard into initiation, manages to get that back bumper into the wall. Unfortunately, that's going to be a DQ on that first run for Atkinson in that GR86. All right, and Atkinson back off for run number 2 in that Toyota 86. Once again, throwing the car hard to angle. Beautiful transition. Oh, but over-rotates the car. Unfortunately, not going to end the way he wanted, but going to drive through it. Looks like that'll be a second DQ there for Atkinson. All right, next up, we got Jack Slaps in the RTR Mustang at the starting line. Going to be sending it for his qualifying runs here momentarily. Once again, appreciate you hanging out with us for CNDS. We are getting ready to send them. Hang on tight. Here we go. All right, Jack is off. charging down the straightaway, initiates, peels a little bit of angle off, starts to get into that wall, but manages to rack the car up. Looks good through the transition, coming up to that next wall zone, settles the car in, handles the bump really well, looking nice and smooth out there. Making light work with the flat part of the track, throws the Mustang hard in, digs in, and comes across the finish line with big momentum. Jack out there slapping. All right, Jack is off for run number 2. Throws it into that first turn, a little conservative on angle there. Nails the transition. Once again, throwing it hard up into that wall zone. Set it and forget it angle. Love to see it driving right through that inner clip. Connects the next couple outer touch and goes. A little shallow in that touch and go right before to gather the car up nicely. All right, next up we have Concept Tiny. Tiny in that 180SX, charging hard, throws the car hard into outer one, unfortunately checks it up, gets the passenger side into the wall, trying to drive through it. All right, Tiny off for run 2 in that 180 SX. Running through the gears, throws it into initiation, straightens out again, unfortunately getting into that wall. Going to try to gather it up, though, and run the rest of the line here. Chucks it into outer 2. Trying to gather the car up and find himself on the line. Oh, and spins out at the inner clip. All right, next up we got Villains in the Z06 Corvette. Carbon Kevlar body, LS7 turbo, looking good at initiation, coming through the transition. That clip, pushing hard into that next zone. Bumper right on the wall there, coming down the bump. Doesn't upset him one bit. Oh, but it does. I spoke too soon. He manages to overtake the car, unfortunately. All right, Villains off for run number 2. Chevrolet Corvette throws it hard into that zone. Checks up for angle, peels it off a little bit, trying not to get into that wall. Looks good at the transition, pushing hard up in that outer 2. Coming down the hill once again. Let's see if he manages to hold on to it this time. Throws big angle, slowing the car down a little bit, but he's right back on the line and looking good as he drives through those last outer zones. Little 3-wheel. Judges are a lot of All right, that is going to round out our qualifying. We're going to take a brief intermission before we bring you top 4 battles right back. CNDS brought to you by KW Visuals, Moxie Shreds, Simdrift Central, 130 Motorsport, High Dimension. High Dimension, we exist all over the world, and Coastline Drift. We'll be bringing you top 4 action right after this. Thank you. All right, we are back. CNDS top 4 battles. Here we go. We are going to be bringing you door-to-door action, lots of tire smoke, lots of engine revs. Sit back in your seats, guys. It is about to get wild. We are going to have our first pair going down. We've got Brandon Shorten leading, Jack Slaps, American Muscle versus American Muscle. Sit back and let's get the smoke show started. All right, they are off. We got Shorten in the lead. We got Jack Slaps in the chase. Brandon Shorten initiates that Corvette, getting the most out of zone 1. Jack Slaps trying to find himself on the door. Looks like timing just a little bit off, but pushing up and getting a little bit better proximity through that next outer zone 2. Both cars on the flat track. Jack, unfortunately, cutting short and straight out in the chase. Looks like Brandon Shorten, a powerhouse in that Corvette. All right, and here we go. We got Jack Slaps in the lead, Shorten in the chase. Jack throwing that Mustang in. Brandon Shorten right in the pocket there. Both cars transitioning same time. Shorten pushing hard up into the door, coming down into the inner clip. Looks like might have been a little contact from the chase there. Not sure what happened. He got choked up. But Jack, and both drivers pushing through to the finish line. All right, next up, we have Tiny Man in the chase. Zach Atkinson in the lead. Tiny falling a little bit behind there. Unfortunately, gets into that wall and manages to straighten out. Zach way ahead. Tiny Man struggling to find himself on the line there. Zach hitting all of the zones, looking rather... All right, and here we go for run 2. We got Zach Atkinson in the chase, Tiny in the lead there, both cars initiating. Unfortunately, both cars struggling to find themselves on the line there. All right, we are all for a third place battle. We got Jack Slaps leading Tiny Man. Jack initiates Tiny, trying to catch up, hits the wall. Jack driving through it. Jack getting the most out of outer 2. Looks good coming into that inner clip. Flat part of the track connects the touch and goes. Touch and go 3. Coming into the last outer zone, quite a bit shallow, but manages to get across the finish line with the car gathered up. right, we are off. Third place. Here we go. Tiny in the lead. We've got Jack Slaps in the chase. Unfortunately, Tiny gets into the wall, gets into Jack. All right, here we go. For first place, we got B. Shorten in the lead. Zach Atkinson in the chase. Brandon throws it hard into initiation. That Corvette set on kill mode. But Atkinson gets into his door, puts him headfirst into the wall. We may have another Dale Earth. All right, they are off for the second run. Looks like Atkinson gets into the wall there. Both cars driving through it, coming down into that next inner clip. Atkinson trying to find himself on the line and over-rotates, unfortunately. All right, looks like Villains Brandon Shorten gonna take the win on that one. Zach Atkinson, second place. Jack Slaps third. That is our CNDS podium for the Cash Cup test stream tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on this beautiful Sunday evening. CNDS, as always, brought to you by Moxie Shreds, 130 Motorsport, KW Visuals, Coastline Drift, our newest partner, Simdrift Central, and High Dimension. High Dimension, we exist all over the world. Signing off. Concept Mills. E-Mox, have a good evening.